Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It is Christian here and you're tuned in for more of my 2 cents. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you guys so much for coming back. If you are returning to center, I'm glad to have you all here. We're going to jump right into today's topic and video. I'm giving my 2 cents on someone that I don't think I've ever really I've never done a video on her specifically. I don't think I've done a Kim Burrell video. But child, this is a Dear Kim Burrell letter. If somebody can put it in a bottle and send it to a child, pass it to her while she on stage, somebody flag her down. Because at this point, I'm concerned. I don't know what this is that's going on with her mouth and her throat, but she keep on using it, and it's not the same. She's using her mouth and her throat, and it's not the same. It is to attack and to offend people, and it is blowing my mind. Before we get all the way into it, 3 points that matter most before I start any discussion or dialogue. Number one, you're not alone. Number two, you're not crazy. Number three, God, your creator, still loves you, and I do too. It seems as though the love of God is not dwelling or inside of any of these people that's at church on these stages, and I'm concerned. I'm concerned. And my number one question today, I need somebody to answer in the comments. Why are people still supporting? Why, my God, does this woman still have supporters? What is the level of accountability that she is held to? Because she's reckless with the microphone. And I do not mean with the vocals, even though baby girl can sing. This woman can sing, but she is so problematic. Don't believe me? Let's watch this latest clip of her, and I'll be back with my 2 cents.
Some of y'all just say amen to the most ridiculous, ludicrous stuff. I don't believe in pushing things that are not fully developed. One of the things I enjoyed about y'all, the Bible talks about musicians being skilled and anointed. You got, listen, if you're not going to be skilled, please be anointed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, because it doesn't edify me. I don't like to hear statements in the house of God. We going to do better next time. It should have never been a time for you. Because I came here to be edified by you. Tell me, wait, you need to lay off of us. No, because you want us to okay what you're not willing to develop. You want us to sanction what you're not willing to spend time with God with for him to develop so we can be edified. I should not have to pray you through your second verse. I should not have to seek God to enjoy you because you're so stuck on being seen and heard that I have to rebuke every moment that you're doing what you do. Why do you want me to be edified by your mistakes? Why do you want me to say amen to what should have been blessing me instead of disturbing me? You done started the song and stopped it 3 times. I bind the devil. No, bind you. It's not the devil. You don't have what it takes. You should have never got before the people. You're anointed to talk. I can do what they do. No. Why they always choosing the same 2 people to lead the songs? Because they're equipped. Because they know how to keep the service moving. They don't cause weirdness. Because people who get up in church and cause awkwardness and weirdness are the most defensive people because you're not delivered. Let's quit being silly. Let's quit acting like it's not the truth. You have not been delivered. Because if you get in your feelings about not being used in the house of God, you don't have the right motive. It is not pure. You're supposed to, let me tell you something. I like to watch some of those shows that the folks, the other kind of people, they tell them on the cooking show, we chose to not choose you, you did not win. And on Chopped. And so after they've been chopped, they said, thank you so much for this opportunity. My heart is broken. I really wanted to win, but I wish these 2 the very best. All you guys keep cooking, man. But us. Somebody say us. Y'all, we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better as a church. We got to do better as a people. There are churches that are filled with intellectuals who have a hard time dealing with low-level thinkers. And then y'all want us to feel condemned because we didn't get along with what you didn't prepare for. No, it's not fair. I'm not going to bear false witness. I'm not going to stand up and say, that's all right. Go ahead. God is using you. I'm lying. He's not using you. You're confusing the atmosphere. You're causing us to be uncomfortable. I want to give you a hug, and I want to go fuss at whoever let you up there. We compromise too much in the house of God, and that's why we're not advancing. Why do you? Some of y'all just say, man.
Okay, you guys. I'm sorry that the video flipped towards the end there. I guess it was just me not being able to really comprehend why this woman microphone never cut off. I was trying to figure out, nobody wanted to cut her mic. Nobody thought that it was imperative or necessary to allow miraculously for the sound from her microphone to be deaded. Nobody. Anybody for $500? Okay, got it. It's just, the number one takeaway that I got from this, amongst all of the uncomfortability that I felt for those musicians and other people in general in church, people will amen anything. She said it at the beginning of the rant. She said, y'all will amen and shout down the most ridiculous or stupid or whatever she said things, and that's what they were doing to her. It's always amazing to me how these people have the buy one, get one free audacity to condemn people for shouting up or supporting other people for doing things they think is ridiculous, but then they're standing there doing ridiculous things, and then they're okay with getting clapped and shouted for in the midst of it. Who's really going to sit there and be dry while you're talking like that? Nobody. Because you're in an environment where that is accepted. If you have not watched my video where I talk about the toxic church culture, the toxic Black church culture, this is in full demonstration of that. She even said that there are other churches, she means other ethnicities, where they're used to dealing with people of high intellect, and they have a problem with people who are not on that level. But then you get to Black churches and we're okay with it. We just say, oh, God gon'. She just said, I don't want to do that. I don't want to baby you no more. I don't want to put up with you, deal with you, or try to work through this no more. Literally no tolerance. No attempt to actually perfect or to, how do I want to say this? Hone in on the gift or the skill that you say you want to be able to benefit from. How would it look for me as a business owner to hire someone and not train them? You know what you're supposed to be doing. You read the job description when you applied. Now I ain't gonna keep on babying you. It's ridiculous what you coming in here doing, and I'm just supposed to make excuses for you and pat you on the back and get you through it. What? Let's be very clear that everything that happens in ministry is on a need, on a want basis. If you want to play, you play. If you don't want to, you don't. If the church wants to pay you, they do. If they don't want to pay you what you ask or what you're worth, they won't. If they want music for praise and worship, or when pastors up preaching, that's what you're there for. But it ain't needed. Let me start by saying that if the people on those instruments had left out while she was talking reckless, they would have been well within their means and their right. Even though she wasn't talking smart to them, because she actually, like complimented them. But it's just so unfortunate the level of throwing off that Kim continues to do. I am confused. Why this woman has not learned. Why she hasn't learned. And maybe she hasn't learned because she's still getting booked. That's what it sounds like to me. She's still getting booked. That's what it is. She still has an audience engaged. And from some of the comments that I'm going to read to you guys, I can see why she feels called and committed to being a tyrant. The woman is a tyrant. I am telling you what I know. She is a tyrant with a microphone. And that is what concerns me, because spiritually, you start to understand that there are people who are in these environments who may be new to the belief system and to the faith, or even that ministry may be visiting, and this is what they're subjected to, or what their first introduction is. And it's not about keeping it real and being upfront and operating as if though you just gotta, hold us accountable. Why does this have to be the tone and the delivery and the intent to actually offend people? As if though you're going to offend people into acting right. I don't know where that works. Even at your job, if your boss continues to literally browbeat you and talk down to you and make you feel like you just can't get nothing right and you're always a problem, what is the incentive to actually improve and get better? Like, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing my job. If you have a problem with it, teach me how to do it better. Give me some pointers. Privately, can we manage that? Can we do some kind of, assessment? Can we do some kind of review? Can I come to your office, sit at your desk, and you give me some tips, some constructive criticism? But no, not this tyrant. What is a tyrant, Christian? A tyrant is a cruel and oppressive ruler. Her statements continue to be cruel. She has made a lot of nasty statements over the last 5 years that have brought her to viral moments. And the thing about it is, I don't think that she's doing this to go viral. This is actually who she is, which is even worse. It's even worse than we thought. It's even worse than what we initially reported on. It's way more sinister. This is actually her character. Y'all, she went from the rant that she did a couple of years ago on Eddie Long and the homosexual community, talking about that from the stage. What was it, last year or 2021? She was. It was just last year, actually. What am I talking about? She was just on Tamron Hall's show last year with those big picture frame glasses on her face, explaining or trying to clean up what she said about people on stage at another service about being broke and living in trailers. What? What are we talking about? Why are these the conversations that you feel comfortable and you feel called to have with adults? Why aren't you referencing the scriptures for your actual message? Because what you end up saying has no real life-changing weight, and it's concerning. Now, I could see if they had brought her in for like some kind of musician summit or musician and praise and worship conference, and then she was speaking there directly to musicians and helping them to cultivate their gift and know how to flow and back up pastors and leaders, right? But that's not what this baby is doing. She continues to take her time to preach to offend people. And I think that's where me and my homegirls are confused. My number one concern is, why do people in church feel like this is what they deserve and what they should be subjected to consistently? Why is being chastised a part of Christianity? Why is that the portion that most of you have accepted? Why is it that if it doesn't come with a harsh tone and punishment, you can't accept it? If it's in love and it's passive, or it's room for you to improve, you feel as if though God ain't in that, right? But if it's nasty like this is of God. That's why I say, like, the God that you guys represent is not the kind of God I don't think majority of people would choose to serve. You guys love bomb folks first and tell about all of God's benefits and goodness, and then y'all get them up in there, and it gives very much mask off. Shout out to Future. It gives mask off once people cross the threshold and sign up for the new convert class. Y'all give them a total different representative once they get up in that thing. Because there's no way this is normal immediately after joining or becoming saved. You have to get used to this kind of condemnation and judgment and harsh talk and utter disrespect. To be completely honest with you, she's a really rude person, and she don't even try to be funny. She talks very matter of fact, and to me, I'm okay with that. I'm a very matter of fact person. But what I think, it is important to understand the ability to have authenticity and then to have compassion in the process. Like, she lacks that, which I think is key when you're in leadership in any capacity, church, entrepreneurship, and in your career. Whatever you do, if you're authentic and you're compassionate, you can win way more people than what she's doing. And she has prior offenses that have gotten her onto major platforms to explain herself, because people are tired of her mouth and her throat being used for this. And I just started thinking about it when I was watching this the first time in utter shock and amazement. I was like, dang, I wonder what would happen if a secular, I'm doing quoted fingers, if a secular artist did this. If a rapper or a singer paused their concert to just start going off on people, to start cursing out the concert goers and talking trash and dropping the mic and walking off. What would those concert goers do? They probably would boo them, throw stuff on the stage, start a riot. Because you want to know something, those people paid to be there. And you want to know something about the people in this audience, they paid to be there too. It's called tithes and offering. It's called an honorarium. It's called a love offering. It's called a donation. It's called a prayer line with a sacrifice and a seed. You want my money, but you want to disrespect me in the process. You want to get paid to assault me verbally. You want to get paid to spiritually abuse me. I think not, Kim. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. And the people laughing and clapping and celebrating her in the comment section in the audience is concerning to me, because it's almost as if though it's like a conditioned response for that to be their reaction, because they don't really know how to do what they probably are feeling they should do, which is leave. But see, that's where it takes 100 of me's to be in the room, because see, all of me would have left. I don't mind. I've never minded being the one person that shows they are not in agreement with what is going forward. I am that person. I will completely shut down, go cold, go blank, disengage, and you will know I'm disengaging. She has been allowed to do this for a very long time in the church. Not on any platforms, and she's connected with some other artists. Tyrese calls her his mother, his mama. And I'm like, is she nicer to him than she is to the people at church? Because she's giving very much nasty. She specializes in openly rebuking people, and she flows in offending people more than she does in her gift vocally. Why don't you sing? Sing. I am looking forward to someone cutting her microphone off and saying, sing. Just mouthing it to her, shaking their head. No, like, no, I'm not turning your mic back on. Sing. Okay? All right? Okay. Turn it back on for her. And immediately go into your song, Kim, Because if you're not doing that, what you are doing is causing problems that don't need to be. These people are playing instruments, they're flowing where they can be. What you're doing isn't edifying me. Why is it meant to edify you? I thought all that was going forth in church was for the glory of God. Was that a lie? Because what you just told us is you're not pleased. She literally told us that she's not pleased. But I thought that we were here doing this unto the Lord. Nope, you're doing it unto Kim Burrell. And who do you think you are to not play the way that she wants you to? That's a problem, you all. So now she can't flow the way that she's supposed to because you're not playing the way she needs you to. I would like to submit to you that if it's all God-centered and focused, everybody's praise should be equal no matter what wavelength it's on. And if you can't get with it or get through it or get on top of it, then that's something y'all need to work out in what? Practice. Because what did they tell us in elementary school? Makes perfect. So if you're looking for perfection, ma'am, do a sound check. If you're looking for musicians you've never sang with or done worship with or flowed with to catch the wave, ma'am, show up earlier. Do a sound check like a real artist and musician. See, y'all want people to be able to catch the wave with y'all when y'all decide to break out in song, and they don't know you like that. They don't know your flow and your mode of operandi. And you're offended. You're offended because you want to be edified. You want to flow a certain way. They just came to play. If you have a problem with that, please bring your track for us to put in a CD player in the back. Respectfully. We can do that, baby. We can accommodate you in a CD. But you don't want a CD. You want these fresh live musicians on stage to tune you up and to carry you into whatever atmosphere that you want to create for the Holy Spirit to dwell. But I would like to submit to you that if you truly are operating in any spirit of worship and praise, that should come with you, right? It's like ordering a combo but not getting a side and a drink. So what you're telling me is you're simply the chicken, but you didn't come with nothing else. You didn't come with the Holy Spirit. You didn't bring that with you, did you? No, you didn't. You didn't bring that with you. So you're hoping that they have the rest of it to make it a combo. But if you're anointed, that should flow, period. Now, I'm definitely concerned about the level of people who like and enjoy her behavior. There are a lot of people that were in the comment section that were rooting her on, cheer for her, and saying, I can't see what she lied, though. And I just started thinking to myself, yep, y'all liked her behavior and her antics because you're nasty too. You're a spiritual bully as well at church. Or you've been so spiritually abused that you don't know when to actually separate yourself from and call out the oppression that is being placed on you spiritually by people who should be uplifting and encouraging you. Y'all don't know how to hold people accountable because y'all too busy not wanting to be rebuked. Y'all too busy wanting to be liked. She's not a likable person, but y'all don't want to tell her that. Y'all don't want to say that. Y'all want her to keep on singing down the house and snapping on y'all in between the lyrics. I'm good, love. Enjoy. You're going to snap on me and then ask for money. You're going to snap on me and then offend me and ask me for a seed. You're going to snap on me and then tell me to have faith and believe. Ma'am, no. No. Booked, she should not be. She should not be booked. She should not be booked. It takes understanding that no one's asking you to change so that they can hurt you. They're asking you to change so you can stop hurting others. I refuse to believe that the same God of love, mercy, and grace that y'all teach and preach and sing about is the same God operating in people like this. She cannot be a vessel for the God y'all claim y'all worshiping and praising. Because in that case, you all are definitely in an abusive relationship that you should seek to exit. physically and spiritually. There should have been no one remaining in that room after she continued to go on and on for 3 minutes. That was a 3-minute clip. And no adult left. All the musicians are still in place. Confused, I am. Because the support she continues to receive lets her feel as if though she is validated. So here's some points that I like to make about musicians. Like I said earlier, they are not necessary. Back in the day, hand clapping and foot stomping got people by just fine. Singing in unison, knowing your keys, your notes, and finding them and staying in them worked just fine. And like I said, if you're just the entree, just say that. If you didn't bring nothing else with you, if you didn't bring the Holy Spirit, the anointing, or nothing with you, girl, just say that. Say you need some backup. Because if not, it shouldn't matter if they play right or not. If they flow with you or not. If the keys and the strings and all that edifies you or not. Do what you came here for. But no, you can't do that. Musicians have a place. They're there to play just like you're there to sing. Work together or show up for sound check and practice like real artists and entertainers do. Y'all get away with this stuff because y'all are in church. But if you weren't in church and you were on a stage performing, they would require you to do a house sound check to make sure that what you do and how you sound matches. But that's not an expectation. That's not a requirement. She hasn't been told that. She's being allowed to flow and to get up there and do what she desires to do. And there's nobody actually setting house rules. Stage presence expectations are not being set. Can you come in at least 30 to 45 minutes before service starts to meet with the musicians? Because if you can't do that, then we need you not to sing. We just need you to preach. Baby, if you feel like they're not going to be able to back you up the way you need to be backed up, bring the track or don't sing. But she don't want to do that. What I think should happen, musicians that continue to be subjected to verbal assault, the way that we've seen over the last couple of months, they should just quit. But they're not going to do that because most of them are church musicians. They've grown up in that environment and that's what they know. And they're just loyal to that, to that environment, to that industry, really, until they probably gain their own wings of independence and to actually do their own music or become a professional musician for another group or in another industry. Church is an easier way to actually practice your craft with people you enjoy doing music with, and it is fun. The sessions, the energy, the synergy, the atmosphere, the platform, the access. Musicians are seen in a higher light and regard, almost like the pastor. Like you a church celebrity. When you play the keys, the drums, the bass, child, the women's be on you. Let's be very clear. But my stance would be, quit, wrap this up. If y'all want to disrespect us, we don't have to come unless y'all getting paid for it. But like I said, it's enjoyable. So they are subjected to that. No one is exempt from being offended in church. And it really gives very much oppressive energy and oppressive rulership in order to keep you condensed. Like, don't try to step out the box. Don't try to stand up for yourself. Don't try to change how we operate. You're here for me. And if I don't like what you're doing, I'm going to correct you. And the more you do that and the more people get used to that kind of energy and that kind of rebuke, they start to shrink. They lose their own autonomy and their own voice, and they start feeling like that's what they deserve. They laugh about it. They joke about it. But it's not funny. It's disrespectful. Because just as those people are sitting there to play at church, they also have family, friends, spouses, children, co-workers, bosses that respect them. And then I'm going to get up here and let you disrespect me because we're at church? I think not, Kim. y'all would have saw me in the background unplugging that keyboard and wrapping the cord up around my arm. Like, sis, please tell me you are ready to get your Alicia Keys, John Legend, and Stevie Wonder on back here at this keyboard by yourself as you sing. Because there's no way you expect me to continue to play. But who's going to tell her? Nobody. Okay. So what I definitely realize here as I come to a close with my sermon, Kim is what you get when a microphone is handed to a tyrant with a platform beyond church, but no real influence outside of church. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to read my note again. Kim is what you get when a microphone is handed to a tyrant with a platform beyond church. She has a platform. She is known beyond ministry. People respect Kim and her vocals. They respect her in her accolades and what she's done in the music industry. She has a platform beyond church, but no real influence outside of it. So she has to keep this level of just vile, cruel dialogue going in this sphere because she can't do it anywhere else. Nobody else will respect her if she started challenging or offering her 2 cents on the things of the world. So she only keeps this level of disdain and disgusting behavior going in church because nobody else outside of church is checking for her like that with this kind of respect to her words. They respect your voice outside of the church, your vocals, but they don't respect your values. That'll preach. Because you're sending mixed messages. You're not balanced. There's no love there. So people tend to disconnect where they don't feel that there's any, compassion, any real, I'm just trying to find the words for her. Like there's nothing there to actually make me interested, to make me want more. No inspiration, no motivation. Like no real love where I'm just like, man, I know for sure she is like no other woman I've ever met, no other woman of God. She doesn't give that. She doesn't give the heart of a person that wants to teach you and see you grow and see you soar. She just wants to continue to offend you and to correct you to make sure that you are not on the wrong side of what she thinks is right for your behavior when you're in church. And so since she cannot operate in this level of offense outside of church, she just continues to do it in church because she has no other platform to actually do this on. And every time she gets a microphone, she tends to cut up. But who gonna stop her? Who gonna stop her? Nobody. There's people who want her to get booked for their stuff, probably to do things like this, to get viral moments out of her. And I think that it's sad. I really do. I'm truly concerned about people who don't see a problem with this kind of behavior. And I don't know what like exactly people are supposed to look forward to or want to, get away from or not be subjected to. But my number one concern for me will always be, how did we get here? Why is this the norm? Like, how do we move forward? How do we not see more of this in future environments and situations? How can people actually be protected instead of having things like this projected onto them? Why is this common? Ask the questions because these are the questions that need answers. I'm interested in knowing, how is this woman getting away with this? And people are laughing. And people are saying things like I said earlier, she ain't lying, no. Right? We was just talking about this. And it's like, dang, y'all like this. Okay. So no one's safe. No one's safe. Not even musicians that ain't saying nothing to y'all. That's just over there playing and trying to keep up with whatever you claim the flow is. If the flow is the flow, you gonna know. You gonna feel it and you ain't gonna ever have to turn around and look at me. I've been in services where things flow so effortlessly. Musicians just went right along with the transition, lifted it up, broke it down, everything without being directed or any of that. The flow is the flow, and you always gonna know. So again, I ask you, did you only bring the chicken? Because if you only brought the chicken, we understand why the sides and the drink did not come too. We'll give you that. But what you have to do is stop attacking and verbally assaulting people who are just there to play like you came to sing. And if you can't do that, bring your track. Bring your track to the people in the back, and they'll play it for you. And they will loop the track. If you know what you're gonna sing and how you're gonna flow, do that, and then let the musicians build it up after the track end and just carry you through from there. But let's stop this. Let's stop this. If y'all gonna go to church, at least start holding people accountable. At least start walking out on folks when they verbally assault y'all in church. Because she should have definitely had her microphone turned off. But since that didn't happen, y'all doing a mass exit and a walkout would have been beautiful. That would have gone even more viral than this moment. But that's just my 2 cents. You know, who am I to tell y'all what to do in church when I don't even go? Because that's the actual thing y'all should do. Stay at the crib. Because y'all can get talked to better at home. But y'all don't want that option. Y'all want to not forsake the assembling of thyself. So since y'all still assembling to be spiritually abused, go off and enjoy that. All right. Okay. If you've enjoyed this video, if you think, let me do this. If you think that Kim Burrell has a reason and a right to correct people from the stage when she should be preaching the way that she does, let me know in the comment section. I would love to know who all is in agreement with her chastising and consistently verbally assaulting people at church. Not in meetings, not privately. Why is this the norm, and why is it still supported? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to add you to my 2 cents crew. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.